debate between two high-profile governors.
To the mother and her doctor and her conscience.
That is really extreme.
Regarding national issues. Marching of the streets of Florida.
As Americans, at the very least we can do is use our voice.
Demanding justice for Palestine. And a unique fighter feels inspired.
About having a hard day, I turn on wrestling, and it saved my life.
After suffering a near-death experience, these stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Samantha Gutierrez.
And I'm Julian Davis. Today's Friday, December 1st, 2023.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Kaplan News.
Red versus blue as two of the nation's most high-profile governors go face-to-face. There was no crowd at last night's debate on Fox News.
But that didn't stop the two governors from hitting hard with their one-liners.
You almost have to try to mess California up. And yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom has done since he's been governor.
But there's one thing in closing that we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
Governors DeSantis and Newsom faced off near Atlanta last night with hot-button issue after hot-button issue, including their two states' very different laws on abortion.
Up to the mother and her doctor and her conscience.
That is really extreme to take your tax dollars and to do this all the way up to the moment of birth.
The two also squared off on the economy, with Governor Newsom serving as a stand-in for policies of the Biden-Harris administration.
Lowest black unemployment in American history, the lowest unemployment for Hispanics in American history, the lowest unemployment for women in 70 years, the lowest black poverty rates in history.
How many people are able to afford groceries now compared to what you were doing 3 or 4 years ago?
After the debate, Governor DeSantis held a news conference and turned his attention to his actual primary opponent, a man whom he would also like to share a debate stage.
I don't think Donald Trump will ever debate again. I don't think he's willing to do it. So if you're not willing to debate, then you shouldn't be running. You should show up and do it.
The debate was moderated by Fox host Sean Hannity. Hannity also is the one who pitched the idea to both governors when they were guests on his show.
Israeli officials had the battle plans of the Hamas attack more than a year before October 7th took place. According to New York Times, Israelis dismissed the plan as, quote, aspirational, assuming it was too difficult for Hamas to conduct. Codenamed Jericho Wall by Israel, the 40-page plan did not have a set date. It is unclear if Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saw the document, and as of this morning, the pause in fighting between Hamas and Israel has ended.
Dozens gathered and marched for a pro-Palestine rally in Fort Myers on Wednesday to demand one thing: a complete ceasefire. More from the march as WINK's Haley Sarcombe.
Dozens of people, one message.
Free Palestine!
In unity with International Day of Solidarity with Palestinian people, their group's leaders, one Jewish and one Palestinian, both wanting to start a conversation with others about what's going on across the world.
All colors of the rainbow, all around the world, uniting under one fight.
Wednesday, they marched throughout downtown Fort Myers, from MLK to First Street, and all walks of life joined.
And that's why we're out here. That's why we march.
Like many others, Claire wants to be able to one day return to her homeland in times of peace.
I want to be able to go and feel comfortable going into my land and my people's land.
But until then, this group says they will continue rallying, marching, and speaking out from millions of miles away.
As Americans, at the very least we can do is use our voice and resist and say, we do not stand for this. We want the killing to stop. We want there to be a permanent ceasefire.
That was WINK's Haley Sarcombe reporting. Wednesday was the International Day of Solidarity with Palestine people. Crowds from various cities marched in pro-Palestine rallies to show their support the territory during the war.
Neighbors are still in shock after a Minnesota home exploded on Thursday morning, resulting in at least one death. Around 6:30 a.m., neighbors heard loud noises and felt their home shake as flames shot high into the St. Paul sky. Fire crews discovered a body in the garage after extinguishing the fire. Esther, the homeowner, was not there and is safe.
I had just gotten home, got out of my car, and they all waved to me. And that's the last I saw of him. So, I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Neighbors said another relative may have been staying there too. The body remains unidentified. The cause of the fire is still unclear.
The man charged with murdering Cash App's founder in April now has a trial date. Nima Momeni will face a jury March 15th after he was accused of fatally stabbing Bob Lee in San Francisco. A hearing is also set for January 25th to consider a venue change requested by the defense following the publication of an allegedly non-consensual image. The San Francisco Standard denies the claims, explaining a freelance photographer had permission to take photos inside the jail.
FIU STEP Univision internship program hosted its graduation ceremony this Wednesday to celebrate student achievements. Reporter Daniela Tolke has more on the story.
FIU STEP Univision program hosted its third annual graduation ceremony this Wednesday, where many STEP students and STEP alumni come together for this moment.
Not only we get to share what Televisa Univision is, but also we get to learn from students that they show up with new ideas and technical aspects they wanted to kind of dive into and kind of help us to make it better for them as well. So it's a combination of this relationship between the students and professionals.
And even a valedictorian speech was made by SWAT member Nicole Swade.
If I could give you one piece of advice today, it would be to take up on any opportunity that is presented to you, whether it's small or big, whether it aligns with your career goals or not, because by doing that, by taking up an opportunity that I thought was nothing too major, I was able to be the first STEP student to intern with Euphoria Music. And I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me here at STEP.
Here in Univision has been excellent, like meeting new people, meeting professionals in the industry has been incredible. Also, be a mentor to the new STEP students.
Relationship with Univision, the ability to give students an opportunity to further their skills, to network with some of the best professionals in the industry. Univision has been very generous and has hired many of our graduates and even students who go elsewhere. The STEP experience.
This program selects a handful of students during their capstone semester at FIU and provides a well-rounded opportunity with top professionals in the industry, along with training in the Spanish expertise. At Univision, for Kaplan News, I'm Daniela Tolke.
The Heat finds itself in a shootout against the highest scoring team in the NBA.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Someone tell me I can't do it, I have to go and do it.
A woman survives nearly dying, then picks up one of the world's most dangerous hobbies. Stick around, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
To reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
woman who loves pro wrestling survives a near-death experience, then decides to get in the ring herself. Preparations are in place this morning for an event they call the Blizzard Brawl.
The show, which is near Milwaukee tomorrow, will feature a woman who knows a thing or two about fighting for her life. Here's WDJT's Emerson Lehman.
Before she was training to win a title fight at Blizzard Brawl 2023 as Harley Jane, Sofia Gudgaudas was in a fight for her life.
She only had a 15% chance of surviving this stroke.
At the age of 19, Lily Gudgaudas' daughter was left paralyzed following a rare stroke.
For the 2 hours, we prayed, you call up all your friends, but you get prepared to say goodbye.
The odds were stacked against the young woman, but they hadn't faced a fighter like this.
If someone tells me I can't do it, I have to go and do it.
Sophia survived the surgery, but her road to recovery was going to be anything but easy. She had to learn to walk again, talk again, how to chew food.
When you go through something like that, you just depress.
Then, an unlikely solution.
So after physical therapy, about having a hard day, I would turn on wrestling, and it saved my life.
In 2021, on a trip to Chicago to watch the All Elite Wrestling Tour, everything clicked.
I just saw him fiffing and doing moves, and I told my mom and my dad, hey, I can do it. Why not me?
She applied to a wrestling academy in Texas to learn from one of her favorite wrestlers of all time and a legend of the sport, Dustin Rhodes.
I hope one day to be with WWE or AEW. I know I will one day.
On Saturday night, the 24-year-old Harley Jane's focus is on the Great Lakes Championship Wrestling title belt. As for Sophia, she hopes her journey will inspire others to never give up.
It was hard for me to keep going, but I did it with my family and my friends, and wrestling.
She's a fighter. She's never going to stop fighting.
Harley Jane faces Renee Michelle and AEW star Layla Gray with special guest referee Alicia Fox.
This morning, the Heat is back on track after a win against the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers were in the driver's seat for most of the game, behind the career-high 44 points from star guard Tyrese Halliburton. The Heat's chance to come back looked bleak when Bam Adebayo was pulled from the game after re-injuring his hip. Rookie Jamie Jaquez Jr. led the rest of the way through, scoring 14 of Miami's 41 fourth-quarter points to end the night for the win. The final score was Pacers 132, Heat 142. The Heat will look to make it 2 straight against Indiana when they face them again tomorrow night. Also last night, the Panthers' offense was unleashed in Montreal. Florida players scored a goal. The Cats beat the Canadiens 5-1. The Islanders visit the Amerant Bank Arena at 6 p.m. tomorrow. You're watching Newsbreak. We're coming right back.
We end this morning with breaking news. Just into the newsroom, retired Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor has died. Look for more breaking news on our website. That is all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Julian Davis.
I'm Samantha Gutierrez. Get more news anytime at kaplannews.fiu.edu.